Arjun Mohan, this is my poster project for English 1102. My text was based on Elysium. So not many people have seen the movie Elysium, but I'll give a little context about it. It came out a few years ago, and the main premise is that there's a huge wealth and socioeconomic divide between people who are living on Earth, who are barely scraping by, diseases rampant, water wars, resource wars, etc. It's not a great place to be. All the ultra rich people left to an ultra luxury space station called Elysium. They have all the amenities in the world. They're functionally immune. And the premise of the movie is these Earth people are trying to fight to get back on Elysium because they feel like it's a place of home. And so I use both articles to sort of blend in an argument. My Cohen argument was a lot about exclusivity, and we have definitions of what sustainability is, but we haven't defined them exactly. And so that's really important to have a tangible and pragmatic plan for the future, and exactly understand what sustainability is, because the people of Elysium pitched the idea of a sustainable future where everything's equal and where everything's better, but there are things that become excluded, and especially when you don't have a specific plan where everything's defined, it often defaults to wealth divides and class divides, which can become extremely dangerous because the people who are affected most by these catastrophes are often not the ones who are making the decisions. So that's the main part about Cohen's argument. And I talked a lot about Davies' argument about equality and future nostalgia. So it's really important to look at the future as a place of home, because that sort of incentivizes people to fight for sustainability, which is really important. So I showed this picture, which is an example of people from Earth fleeing to Elysium because they look at it as a place of home. And so rather than some unimaginable future, they look at it as, hey, this is a specific place. I remember some of the things that that are homely. And so I created a little 3-point list of what we need to do, what I learned from watching Elysium, reading Cohen's argument, and reading Davies' article about what a good 3-step plan would be before taking any actions for sustainability. The first would be coherence, so the idea that we need to define all the buzzwords, like what does going green mean, what does zero emissions mean, what do ideas of sustainability mean. Those are really important ideas that we need clear definitions for. Second would be equality. When we have those definitions, we need to figure out who's included and excluded, and make sure it's not dependent on how rich you are or your race or your class, but where it's more of an equal playing field, which is super important. And lastly, it's nostalgia. We need to look at the future as a place of nostalgia, so it incentivizes people to understand that the goal is tangible and real, and that they'll be able to fight for it. Thanks for listening.